Welcome students. Now let me teach you what is recursive function. So let me define what is recursion. A function that calls itself again and again is called recursive function. So when you make a function call to the same function again and again, then it is called as recursive function. So this is the actual definition of recursive function. Now let me teach you how to write a recursive program. So how do you write a recursive program? The basic idea. You have to just know the basic idea for any recursive function, to write a recursive function. The first one is we have to divide the given problem, divide the problem into smaller subproblems. So this is the first basic idea. We have to divide the problem into smaller subproblems. Second, we have to specify the base condition. We have to specify the base condition in order to stop the recursion. That's it. So there are only two basic idea. The first one is divide the problem into smaller subproblem. Second one, specify the base condition to stop recursion. Okay. Now let me first take a simple example and teach you how to write a recursive program. Okay. So now the given problem question is calculate the factorial of a number. So I need to find out what is the factorial of a given number. Suppose I want to find out 5 factorial. Factorial 5. So what is the logic? It is 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. That's nothing but 120. So this is the basic logic to find out factorial of a given number. Suppose my number is 5 factorial. I have to find out 5 into 4 into 3 into 1. This is the mathematical logic in order to find out factorial of a given number. Fine. So for this, let me first teach you what is the basic structure for any recursive program. What is the basic structure to find out any given problem using recursion? Okay, now this is the function definition. So I'm going to write the function definition. This is the function definition. Within function definition, if of some condition, if it is true, the executable statements, otherwise else the executable statement. That's it. This is the basic structure to write any recursive function. Now what does this mean? If this specifies the base case in order to quit my recursion, the else part will specify recursive procedure. I'll repeat, the basic structure in order to write any recursive function is this structure. So this is the function definition. Within function definition, you have if the base condition, if it is true, what is the executable statement, so that I actually stop the recursive function. Else, what is the executable statement that should be required for recursive procedure. So this is the basic structure. Okay, now let me start writing from the first number. What is fact of 1? We know factorial of 1 is 1. Now let me move on to the next one. What is fact of 2? How do I find fact of 2? It is 2 into 1. That is nothing but 2. That is equal to 2 into, I can replace this 1 with fact of 1, right? It is 2 into fact of 1 is 2 into 1. Now let me find out for fact of 3. What is fact of 3? It is 3 into 2 into 1. That is nothing but 3 into fact of 2, right? Next, what is fact of 4? That's nothing but 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. That is nothing but 4 into fact of 3. Now what is fact of 5? 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, which is nothing but 5 into fact of 4. So now I will get 120, the final answer. In general, so the generalized form is fact of n. How do I write fact of n? It is n into fact of n minus 1, the generalized term. Fine. Now, this is the recursive procedure. It is n into fact of n minus 1 will be the recursive procedure. What is the base condition in order to stop the recursion out of these 5 steps? It is fact of 1. This becomes the base condition. What is the recursive procedure? This is the recursive procedure. So what are the two basic ideas? First, I have to divide the problem into smaller sub-problem, followed by the base condition to stop the recursion. Now let me write the entire step, the entire step in the basic structure. Okay, now I'm going to write a Python code in order to find out factorial of a number using a recursive function. So let me first write the function definition. Definition, I write fact of, I give n is the value that I am passing. If my n is equal to 1, this is the base case. If this base case is true, then I will be returning value 1. Else, what do I return? Return n into fact of n minus 1. Correct? Now what is the main function? Now I'll pass a static value, n is equal to 5. Now I have to make a function called print fact of n. Now I pass the value of n. That's it. So this is the entire program to find out factorial of a given number. Now this is the recursive procedure, which is a base case. This return statement, this becomes the base condition. I hope it's clear. See here, as per the logic, it is fact of n is equal to n into fact of n minus 1. But what is fact of 1? It is 1. So the base case, I can consider the value 2 also as the base condition, because it is 2 into 1, which is nothing but 2. But due to the simplicity purpose, I consider fact of 1 as the base condition. Now let me trace the code. Let me trace the code. N is equal to 5. So during my first trace 1, I make a function called fact of 5. There is a function call here. This is nothing but function call. Now the control will go back to the function definition. There I am checking if my n value is equal to 5. It is false. So it moves to the else part. Now what do? I write return of 5 into fact of 5 minus 1 is 4, right? Which is nothing but fact of 5 minus 1. That is equal to fact of 4. Okay. Now this is nothing but fact of 5. Now equal to return 5 into, now there is again a function call which is nothing but fact of 4. Where does it go? It again goes back to the definition of the function. So n value now becomes 4. Now it will come here. Is n equal to 1? What is n value? It is 4. 4 is not equal to 1. So it moves to the else part. So now what is there? It is again return of fact of 4 Okay, a small correction, it is written 5 into, now fact of 4 becomes, what is fact of 4? Since it is not equal to 1, it will move here. So, I am return n. So, this becomes 4 into fact of 4 minus 1, it becomes 3, right? Now, again, return 5 into, I am returning what? 4 into fact of 3, that becomes 5 into 4 into fact of 3 becomes again return 3 into fact of 2. Right? Now, After this, it's again return 5 into 4 into 3 into fact of, it's again fact of 2. So that is equal to return 5 into 4 into 3 into fact of 2 becomes 2 into fact of 1, right? Now again it is return 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into what is fact of 1? Now n value becomes 1. If n is equal to 1, what do? I return 1. So this is the base case. Now it is 1. Now see the final condition. It is return 5 into 4 into 3 into 1. That is nothing but a return of 120. Now it is an integer value. Now the return will go to the function called fact of 5. So now my control will come here. Now my return value will be print of 120. What is my final answer? The output will be 120. I hope you understood the session. Thank you.